This man is going to be bigger than Deepak Chopra. And yes, very phenomenal, very powerful. He came all the way from Singapore. And I said, you do me a favor. Can you come as a surprise and come wow my client? So basically, he made the decision to come only about 3 or 4 days ago on my request after I called him from Australia. You're about to get blown away because he is sought out after all over the world. So he is one of my surprises. Please give Vikas a big round of applause.
JT, thank you. Success and happiness, who doesn't want it? Everybody does. But the thing is, most people don't find it. They are never fulfilled. They never reach a stage where they say that, yes, I've arrived. This is enough. I have spent 20 years of my life coaching people. Coaching people like Hollywood stars, like princesses, like leading CEOs, like psychologists, holistic healers, teachers, educators, all levels. And I'm going to share with you today 3 secrets that you must have, there's no doubt about this, to find that happiness and that success that we all seek. Stay with me on this, because it can change your life. The wise old master was 96 years old, and his students realized that he's not going to be around for too much longer. They convinced him to give one final talk, where he would share his deepest wisdom that would actually stay with people long after he was gone. And he agrees. So the date is set, the time is set, and his students together, they book the biggest venue that they can find. On that appointed day, just in about half an hour, more than 10,000 people filled this venue. There's no place to stand even. There's a line waiting outside. They have to leave the doors open so that people can hear the master, so that they can benefit. It might be his last talk. And he comes onto a stage just like this one. There's a chair on that stage. There's a table by that. There's a glass of water. And that's it. Nothing else. And he walks in, and he sits down, and he looks at the audience in pure silence. He doesn't talk. He stays like that for a minute or two. They're waiting for him. They come here for 1 hour, but he doesn't talk. For 1 minute, he's in silence, just looking at the audience. And then he asks them one question. Tell me, what is life? And he stops talking again. And there's silence again. I mean, they came to listen to him, and he's not talking. So after a minute or two of silence, a woman realizes he's waiting for an answer. So she stands up, puts her hands up, and she says, Master, life is a struggle. First, we struggle to grow. Then we struggle to be worthwhile. Then we struggle to start a family. And then we struggle to make it grow. And life is a struggle like this. And he listens to her, and he nods his head, and he acknowledges. And then another person stands up and puts their hand up, and they say, Master, life is like a game of cricket. You see, this is happening in India. It's a wise old Indian master. Indians play cricket. I hope you know they are the best team in the world. Aussies, you know that? Master, life is like a game of cricket. You get off on the field, you go there, you play to win. You win sometimes and you lose sometimes, but no matter what, you must enjoy the game. And the master looks at that young boy and acknowledges, shakes his head, nods. And then another answer comes, life is a celebration. And another answer comes, life is a sacrifice. All kinds of answers come to him, the positive and the negative. And every answer that's given by the audience, he acknowledges, he nods, he shakes his head, and he doesn't talk. A few minutes of this, and things become quiet again. And then the first woman who answered him stands up. And she says, "Teacher, master, we came here for your wisdom. We want to know what life is from you. You have been asking us. You tell us. You tell us what is life." And this time, again, after a moment of silence, he speaks a few words. He says, "I asked you what is life. I asked one question to this audience, and I got maybe 20 different answers. You see, if life was just one thing, all of you would have given me the same answer. The fact is, life is nothing without you. Without your participation, life is nothing. You make life what it is. You ask me today, what is life? My answer is this: life is what you make it to be. Life is what you make it to be." He stops talking, stands up, bows, and leaves the stage. That is his last discourse, his last message, his most important wisdom to all the people. Life is what you make it to be. I'm going to ask you 3 questions today, and I'm going to give you 3 answers, 3 secrets. Those will guarantee that you find the success you want along with the happiness you want. Because I hope you know, success without happiness is the greatest failure of all. Remember that. You don't want to be successful, full stop. You want to be successful and happy. When they're 2 together, you're complete. How many legs do you have? 1 or 2? How many hands do you have? How many eyes? How many sides of your brain? You need 2 things in life to be complete. You need success. You need happiness. Any one by itself is not enough. I don't want you to be a happy person struggling to pay your bills. And I don't want you to be super successful but unhappy, because I've seen both kinds and I've coached both kinds. I'm going to show you ways to get both success and happiness. Question number 1, what is life for you? What does it even mean to you? Do you even know what you want to arrive at? Do you know what is your enough? One of the wisest men in the world, Lao Tse, I'm talking about ancient China now, because I'm going to give you examples from all over the world, because we have 71 countries here. Don't we? Lao Tse says, know your enough. What is your enough? Is it 1 million? Is it 2 million? Is it 10 million? Is it 50 million? 100? Come on, what is your enough? If you don't know your enough, your journey never ends. How do you even know when you arrive? Question number 1, what does life mean to you? Ready for question number 2? So 2 young boys, friends with each other, are walking together. They're going to the ocean. They've decided to make a game out of it. They have time, they decided to play a game. We'll walk to the ocean, they say, and when we get there, we'll get some ocean water, bring it back to our home. We have created a rock garden, we'll put it there. 2 young boys, Sam and Joshua. Sam brought with himself a small little glass. But Joshua, the older one, he brought with himself a big bucket of water. They're walking to the ocean with these empty containers. As they get to the ocean, the younger boy, Sam, he runs over, takes his empty glass, dips it into that ocean water, fills it up. And then he walks towards Joshua. He says, Joshua, I got my water, I'm ready to go home. But Joshua's standing there too. And Joshua says, hold on, I want to fill my bucket. He brought an empty bucket. He takes that bucket, fills it with that ocean water. Now his bucket is full. He looks at Sam. He says, Sam, I'm ready to go home. Come on, let's go back now. But now Sam looks at his glass full. And he looks at Joshua's bucket full. And he says, I'm not ready to go back. Instead, he walks forward to the ocean and he dips the water back. He drops the water back into the ocean and he tells the ocean, keep your water. I don't want it. Keep your water. I don't want it. And the ocean says, why not? I gave it to you with so much love. Why don't you want my water? Because you are very unfair. You gave my friend much more water than me. Look at him. He's got a lot more water. You gave me so less. You're very unfair. I don't want it. Keep your water back. And the ocean just smiles. And the ocean tells him, look at me. Look at how much water I have. I have more than you'll ever need. I have more than any of you will ever need. But here's the secret. You will never get more water than your container can hold. Don't blame me if you bring a small container. Your friend got more water because he brought a bigger container. You want more water? Make your container bigger. You'll get more water. Question number 2, how big is your container? And if you're wondering what your container is, let me tell you, it's 3 components. 3 components. Number 1, mindset. That's the first part of your container, because I don't care how many skills you have, I don't care who you know, but if your mindset is not right, you'll never be happy, you'll never be successful. It all starts with you. It all starts with you. It starts with your psychology. It starts by what you say to yourself. It starts by what's going on in your head, because this is your software. And if your software's got a virus, guess what your computer's doing? It's infecting everybody else. First element, mindset. Second element, attitude. Attitude. What do you bring to the table of life every day? How do you play this game of life? Are you giving your 100% or are you holding something back? And it's not just about life. It's also about love. It's about happiness. It's about sharing. It's about joy. It's about everything. Because every moment that you're alive, I wonder if you know, every moment you're alive, you're sharing yourself with the world around you, aren't you? You do it when you look at people. You do it when you shake hands or hug somebody. You do it when you open the door for somebody or shut the door on them. You are sharing yourself. Attitude is your second element. You'll never be happy or truly successful with a bad attitude. The third element is about behavior. Behavior. It's about how you come across to the world every day. It's about what you do. It's not just about having dreams. It's about putting action behind those dreams. Because dreams without action, as we all know, is just fantasy. Fantasy. Mindset, attitude, behavior. Make your container bigger, and that's when you'll have more success and more happiness. We've got the 2 questions. One more? Yes or? Yes. Thank you. All right. Third one's the best one of all. And if I cry, please forgive me. Because this is a story that has touched my life, impacted me so deeply. And it was the final element that I put into place, which actually allowed me to really, really be successful, really become happy, and not only that, but to train the whole world to be so. Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa came to India. She settled herself down in Calcutta. Why? Because she went to Calcutta and she saw a lot of poor people, diseased people, dying people on the streets. And she said, this is where my best work will be done. This is the hardest place to work. This is where I will serve. And she started from a simple small room. But that room grew to 2 rooms, and then the whole home, and then the home next to it. She rented 3, 4, 5 homes at the end. She started being supported by the world. It's a long story, but I'm giving you the essence of it. Because you know what? You need to get the essence of life. You need to get that juice of life to get it right. Every morning she comes out, she goes for a walk up and down that street. That street started to be known as Teresa Street. And every morning, beggars from all over Calcutta, people who are sick and dying, they come over and they line up this street. Why? Because they want 1 ounce of love. They want a little bit of care. They want a touch of compassion. They want a look in their eye, because Mother Teresa will walk up and down, and all of them wait to see her. And to every beggar, she goes, she gives a little bit of her love. And that makes their day. But not everybody is happy with her. You see, up and down the street, there are other homes and there are other shops and other businesses. And right in the middle of the street is a baker's shop. Baker's shop. Let's just call him Mr. Patel. Yeah? Patel's Bakery. It's a third-generation baker. Mr. Patel was given this shop by his father, who was given his shop by the grandfather before that. And Mr. Patel is not happy at all. Why? Because every time the beggars line up, the clients don't come. The clients don't come. So his business goes down. And then one day, guess what happens? Mother Teresa stops in front of his shop. She's never gone in, but now she stops and she goes in. And she goes to see him, and she asks him, she says, Mr. Patel, I see your name outside. You are such a great baker. Please, 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 could you give me some of your baking for my beggars outside? He has hated her every day of his life. He has hated her. She is his enemy. You know what he says? She's standing across from him, and he says to her, he says, you want me to donate something? You want me to give you something? Here's what I have for you. He looks at her, and he spits on her. He spits on her. The greatest insult ever. And that spit lands on her cheek. What would that do to you and me? You know what she does? It lands on her cheek. She closes her eyes. She goes inside. She gets control of herself. And as she gets control of herself, once she is in a better place, a calm place, she opens her eyes, looks at him. She says, Mr. Patel, that was for me, and I accept it. Now can you give me something for my beggars? My dear friends, that is commitment. That is passion. That is tenacity. That is resilience. Question number 3 for all of us. Can you handle the spit? Can you handle the spit? Because you will get it. I don't care who you are. JT gets it. I get it. You will get it. And it's not just about people. It's about sometimes life going the wrong way. Things not working out. Can you handle the spit? Yes, we have to. Because otherwise there's no success and there's no happiness. This is something for champions. Everybody sitting here is a champion or a potential champion. And you know what champions have to do? They have to train. They have to work hard. They have to believe in themselves. And most of all, they have to get good coaches. Do you know of any champion without a coach? Tell me any champion in any field in this world without a coach. No one becomes a champion without a good coach. So, 3 lessons to learn. If you learn these 3, everything else can follow. You can get everything else you need. You can get a good team in place, you can get a good location, you can change your product, but these 3 things are the beginning. They are the root of your success, because success is a fruit. It's a consequence. It happens when you do something right. Don't chase success, I say. Don't chase success, chase excellence. Don't chase money, chase service. When you can give value to the world, you will find the world gives you value too. That's when you become successful. That's when you make your millions. So in conclusion, let me share with you this treasure. I have used it. I have taught it to people around the world. I use wisdom to make people's lives transform. 3 secrets you want to know. Number 1, make sure you have a big vision. Don't live small. Don't play small because you have only one life. You have only one life and you're living it. And part of it is already gone. You know what that means? That whatever's left is even more valuable. Don't waste it any longer. Don't hang out with negative people. And most of all, don't become a negative person yourself. Help people rise up. You'll rise up with them. Help people succeed. You will succeed with them. Secret number 2, play your best game. Play your best game. Every day of your life is the only day of your life. Who's seen tomorrow? Is it a guarantee? I haven't. Every morning I get up, I start my day with gratitude. I'm also a teacher of meditation. I've trained teachers who teach around the world. And I teach them every morning to start their day with gratitude. I teach that to millionaires and even billionaires. Start your day with gratitude, because when gratitude goes out of your life, contentment goes out of your life. Contentment and happiness goes out of your life. So every morning you get up, realize it's the most important day of your life and give it your best. And finally, secret number 3, you have got to master the spit. You have got to take the negative and turn it around and make it into something positive. You've got to take whatever the world throws at you and you've got to do something good with it. You've heard this saying before. If life gives you lemons, thank you. If life gives you lemons, make lemonade and sell it. But hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Come on, that's kindergarten stuff. That's kindergarten stuff. You know what I say? If life gives you lemons, open a bottle of tequila. Call your friends over. That's what you do. That's how you become champions. My name is Vikas Malkani. I'm the world's #1 wisdom coach. And my mission is to change the world with wisdom. If I can do anything for you, come and find me. I'll give you my best. If you can help me to change the world, come and talk to me. Let's give our best to the world. Thank you very much.
Biscuit. Woo! All right.